Welcome everyone to my online show. I'm super excited today. My name is Amanda Rose and I'm the host of Manifest Your Man, How to Find, Attract, and Keep a High Quality Man. And I'm so excited today because I have one of my favorite relationship experts ever on the online show. So I'm super excited to bring you a lot of great information and just pour into you today on how to manifest that man. So I'd love to introduce to you Arielle Ford. I've been following her for years and years, probably over a decade now, and I have to give her credit to helping me manifest my man due to her principles. So super excited to introduce her today. She is a love and relationship expert and a leading personality in the personal growth and contemporary spirituality movement. For the past 25 years, she has been living, teaching, and promoting consciousness through all forms of media. Her mission is to help people find love, keep love, and most importantly, be love. Arielle is a gifted writer and the author of 11 books, including the international bestseller, The Soulmate Secret, Manifest the Love of Your Life with the Law of Attraction. She is also the author of Turn Your Mate into Your Soulmate, devoted to exploring a simple, fun, and effective way to attain groundbreaking shifts in perception so that you can embrace and find the beauty and perfection in yourself and your mate. She has been called the Cupid of Consciousness and the fairy godmother of love. She lives in La Jolla, California with her husband and soulmate, Brian Hillard, and their feline friends. Join her newsletter at www.soulmatesecret.com. And we'll talk more about this later too, but also be sure to get her free online dating guide at arielleford.com/kiss. So Arielle, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so excited for you to be here.
Well, it's great to meet you. You're glowing.
Oh, thank you. It's probably those pregnancy hormones. But yes, I'm so excited to dig in today and just share with our audience topics for finding love, because, and I want to go back to your book, The Soulmate Secret, which I recommend everybody get. All single ladies, go get that book now, because over a decade, it's probably been over a decade when I got that book, and I implemented those principles, and I believe they helped me find my man, which we've been together for years now. But they're so easy to just implement into your life, and it really creates a shift in your mindset and your heart on finding love and finding that man. So definitely recommend.
Well, I have a question for you. Yes. So of everything you read in the book and all the exercises you did, what was the one that you think really, pushed you over the edge or made the biggest difference for you?
There was a couple things. So can I say a couple things?
Oh, yeah. No.
Okay. I would say definitely shifting. And I know you talked about gratitude and shifting into gratitude about love being in your life. And it's been a year since I've read that book, but I remember that. Another thing was clearing space for your future partner. I never thought about that until I read your book, but clearing space in your home, in your closet, and actually physically preparing for your partner to come into your life. I think that was huge for me because I was so busy, and my closet was full of clothes for me and shoes, all the shoes and stuff for me. My house was made for me. And I started to clear that space into my life physically. And it was like, boom, there he is. And it was kind of like magic. I really believe you have to do that. You have to create that physical space, that heart space, the mindset shift. And when you put all those components together, it's magic. It really is.
You're kind of breaking up a little bit.
Oh,
going in and out.
Oh no. Let's see. Okay, can you hear me better now?
Oh, much better. Okay. All right. Well, maybe we should start with gratitude, because that's such an important thing. And what I recommend that everybody do, whether you're single or not, is a lot of, particularly women who are single, live in this story that there's not enough love in the world. And I don't have any love in the world because I can look around and there's no man, there's no woman in my life, whatever it is you're seeking. Therefore, I have a love deficit. And one of the fastest ways to cure that is by having a daily gratitude process. And it's super, super easy to do. You start by making a list of all the people that you love that you know that love you. You know, mom, dad, sister, brother, best friend, neighbor, cat, dog, whatever. Just make this list. And then every morning, take a few minutes to drop from your head down to your heart and silently send a wave of love to each of those people, and then feel that wave coming back at you. Really allow yourself to be filled up with the abundance of love that you already have, so that you're living your life from a place of love abundance. And that's one of the fastest, easiest ways to get your heart magnetized to bringing in romantic love.
Yes, absolutely. It is. And it changes your whole mindset about it too. Your energy level changes, I believe. And
it puts you on a love frequency. It makes you more attractive and magnetic to love, as opposed to, you know, oh my God, it's never going to happen. You know, poor me. I'm too old. I'm too fat. I'm too damaged. All the good ones are taken. All that other bullshit that people buy into, because it's not true. Because guess what? There's no shortage of love in the world. You know, just like we know, at least here in the West, that we're never going to run out of clean water and air to breathe, and gravity's not going to stop working, right? There's no shortage of love. So if you start your day reminding yourself how much love you already have, all you're going to attract in is more love.
Absolutely. I love that. I think that's so powerful. And just such an easy step for people, a place to start when they're on that journey to find love. I love that. So another question, I love to hear this definition from you, because so many people have so many definitions of a soulmate, but I love your definition. And I think everybody needs to hear this. So how do you define
soulmate? So I believe first and foremost is that a soulmate is somebody you can completely be yourself with, somebody with whom you share unconditional love. And when you look into their eyes, you have the experience of being home, right? So if that's true, if you accept that definition, then the truth is, as we were just talking about, you already have a lot of soulmates. You know, you already have those relationships. You just have to expand the definition to go beyond romantic soulmate, right? So, I mean, I'm sure you've got a best friend who feels like a soulmate, right? You've had a cat or a dog that felt like a soulmate. We all have plenty of soulmates. This whole crazy myth that we each only get one big love in a lifetime is just that. It's not true. And lots of people have multiple soulmates over the course of a lifetime. Not every soulmate relationship lasts forever. You could get married and have kids, and 22 years later, it's just kind of over. Not that anybody did something horrible. It's just kind of over. And at that point, you can choose, oh, does this relationship have an expiration date? Or, you know, do I want to go all in and stay till I drop dead? You have those choices, you know, or people die. That also happens. I know one woman who's been widowed 3 times and is now on soulmate number 4, and she's 85. And she found her 4th love on Match.com, by the way.
Wow. Yeah, I love that definition. I think that's so true, because I feel like my dog is my soulmate in a sense. And in my best friends too. It's like soulmate sisters that you can have. There's just so many different ways.
I mean, look at Oprah and Gayle King. Are they not soulmate best friends? Right? I mean, there's evidences everywhere. So you need to just keep reminding yourself there's no shortage of love. I have plenty of love in my life. Yes, I want a romantic partner, and I'm going to come from it from a place of, oh, goody, I'm going to have even more love, as opposed to, oh, poor me, I don't have any love.
Right. Yes. I love that definition. So this is the definition I think everybody should listen to when it comes to soulmates, not all these other definitions out there. I think this is perfect. So I want to move on to the next question, because I want to respect your time. So I want to get as many questions in as possible. But so what is the universal law that can be used to find your soulmate?
Well, these days it's called the law of attraction. And basically what that says is that we draw to us the people, places, and experiences that match our state of being. So if our state of being is, oh, I'm loving, I'm lovable, I have lots of love in my life, you will attract more of that. If you're living in this, oh my God, love is missing, it's never going to come to me, you're going to constantly be vibrating at the frequency of no love. right? So it's a choice that we have. And what that means is we have to be grown-ups and we have to be mature adults and we have to manage our thoughts. You know, Wayne Dyer once said the most brilliant thing. He said, don't believe every thought that you have. Just because you're having a thought doesn't make it true. So you're having the thought, oh gosh, it's, you know, love's for everybody else, but it's not for me. When you have that thought, stop yourself. Just stop and say, cancel, cancel. No, that's not true. And then just start talking to yourself. Well, my mother loves me. My sister loves me. You know, my best friend loves me. My dog's madly in love with me. And remind yourself. And that's what it takes to keep vibrating at the right frequency. And it's an everyday thing. It's not like, oh, I'm going to do this once. I'm going to make a vision board and then it's all going to come true. If you're going to take the time to make a vision board, then take 20 minutes every day to meditate in front of the vision board and imagine how good you feel now that all of this is manifested, as opposed to it's off someday in the future. So learning to get comfortable with the correct practices of the law of attraction is what, you know, that secret thing is. The other part to that is the difference between a visualization and what I've called a feelingization, right? So we all know what visualizations are. They're pretty pictures in our head. Oh, I want a brand new navy blue convertible BMW, and I can see myself driving down the freeway with my hands on the wood steering wheel, and I so can see me having this car. Now you're having all these things that you're seeing, and at the same time, your emotional state is, I can't afford it, I'm never going to have it, I don't deserve it, and all of your feelings have now canceled out all of your pretty pictures. So once I figured out that part, I decided, oh, I'm not going to work from my head. I'm going to work from my heart. And I developed these closed eyes processes that I call feelingizations, where I drop into my heart and I reimagine feelings of love and appreciation and gratitude, or get into the state that the people at HeartMath call heart coherence. When I'm in that state, it's from there that true manifesting can occur. Oh, I feel so happy and satisfied and content now that I'm waking up every morning with the man of my dreams. It feels so good to know that I have someone who's my safe place to land. And you allow yourself to luxuriate in these very positive feelings, in spite of the fact that you can't yet see what he looks like.
Oh, I love that. Because a lot of times as a matchmaker, singles come to me and they're like, there's no more good men out there. There's no more good women. I can't find them, you know.
Do you know what my answer to that is?
I'd love to hear this. Yes.
I tell them right away, you are absolutely right. There's not one left on the planet. God has decided you are the only person in the world who gets no love, like the soup Nazi, no soup for you, no love for you. And I just take them down the dark road they're going on until they start to laugh and they get how ridiculous it is. You know, because you can't manifest from a place of victimhood. Oh, poor me. You know, it's crazy. And that's why manifesting is only for mature people, you know, because the truth is, we're all loving beings, we're all deserving, and we've all been dumped, and we've all been cheated on, and we've all been betrayed. And so what? Yes, it's painful. Yes, you need to grieve. Yes, you need to see a therapist or a coach and get over it. But eventually you need to get over it and stop feeding your mind with, oh, there's no good men out there. Or my current favorite one is, oh, online dating doesn't work. I tried it. It doesn't work for me. Okay, well, what about the 40% of marriages that are starting online now? What about all the stories I can tell you of all the women from 40 to 85 that are finding love online? You know, it's not working because you don't know how to work it, which is why I wrote this free online dating guide that I give away on my website, because all you need to know is how to do it, and you have to be willing to invest the time to do it.
Absolutely. And I love that you brought that up, because that's actually how I met my husband, was online dating years ago. And it was perfect. I would have never met him if it wasn't for online dating. So yeah, I hate when people give up on online dating and talk bad about it. Yes, it can be frustrating, but it's how
Well, here's the truth about it. 90% of the connections you make online are going to gross you out. right? They're just going to gross you out and they're going to be horrible. All those stories are true. You're going to be catfished and you're going to be ghosted and you're going to be tricked and people are going to lie. All of that is true, right? But you still have to make room for the 10% that are going to have possibility, right? I mean, if you're really serious right now in this day and age, it's the fastest, easiest Instacart version, right, of finding love, and just to say I tried it and didn't work, well, maybe it wasn't the right time, or maybe you didn't know what you're doing, or maybe, I know we don't have enough time for me to go into all my rules, but here's my number one rule. If you see somebody online and on a scale of 1 to 10, you can rate them at least a 6, and you can have a few interactions with them that are good enough to have a video chat, then give them a shot. Because women, especially women who think they're spiritual, make the biggest mistake. Oh no, I'm very intuitive. I'll just know. No, you won't. You're not going to know. Okay, men sometimes just know. When it comes to love at first sight, it happens more often for men than for women. It almost never happens for women. And why is that? Because women fall in love in between their ears. They're not visual like men are. So just because you think, oh, well, I'll just know, all you're going to do is you're going to be swiping by all kinds of really great possibilities because you have this spiritual arrogance that you're intuitive and you're just going to know. And if you keep that up, you're going to die alone. So cut it out.
Oh my gosh, this is so good. I wish we had it like 2 hours. This is such good stuff. I love it. So I want to ask one final question, because this is something that really transformed my manifesting my man. I believe it was something I put into practice from your book. And so what is feathering the nest and why is it important?
Okay, so feathering the nest is all about preparing your home to welcome in your soulmate. So the first step is clearing clutter. All of us have clutter. You want to go in and do a deep dive into the piles of magazines and all the other stuff that's piled up here and there. And you want to do a deep cleaning. And then you want to energy clear the place. You can do it with a professional feng shui expert, or you can use the Native American technique of smudging, but you want to cleanse and clear your home. The next thing you want to do is get rid of all the photos and souvenirs and mementos from past relationships. Now, if you can't bear to throw them away, put them in a box and put them in the garage or put them under the bed, but get them out of view. The last thing you want to do is have somebody walking into your house, picking up a picture saying, oh, that looks like Corfu. And then you're explaining, oh, yes, that was my ex-husband and I on our honeymoon. And you're tanking your date, okay? The next thing you want to do is prepare your bedroom. Okay, so if you're sleeping in a bed that you once slept in with an ex, if you can afford it, get a brand new bed. If you can't afford it, at least get entirely new bedding, right? And then you want to make sure that you have a nightstand on each side of the bed that's an equal height. It's really important. They have to be of equal height. And make sure that the nightstand on their side of the bed is totally empty, so there's room for their stuff. Then make sure that one drawer in your dresser is totally empty. Give them at least 6 inches of empty space in your closet. And then, at least half a shelf in the bathroom cabinet, so that you're sending this ongoing message to the universe that you literally have space in your life for another. And if you happen to live in a house with a 2-car garage and you've been parking in the middle, then move over. So those are just some of the easy, simple basics of feathering the nest.
I love that because it's something you really don't think about when you're in the dating process. You're so focused on, you have this full closet of clothes and your bedding could be from a previous relationship and you just don't think of those things. So I love that part of the book because when I started to do that, I met my man shortly after. So it was really
that happened to a lot of people I know. I have this one friend who was so sad after he and his fiance broke up, and he was dating a lot, but nothing was ever happening. And finally, I discussed this with him, and he called me back and he said, "Oh my God, I had so many pictures of me and my ex-girlfriend up everywhere." So he got rid of all of them, and 3 weeks later, he met his wife, and they now have 2 children.
Oh my gosh, I love it. It's like magic. It really is.
Yeah.
I love it. So I
It's
highly
energy.
yes,
It's
yes,
energy. Yeah.
absolutely. It's just little things that you can implement into your life to help bring in that person. And oftentimes we don't realize that we're not doing those things. So highly recommend grabbing the Soulmate Secret, the book. It will change your life. I really believe that. So I know we're running out of time today, but I'd love for the audience to hear more about your free gift. You spoke about it a little bit earlier, but you can find it on,
Well, you know what? I'll make it easy for you. All you have to do is go to soulmatesecret.com and it pops up. It just like you can't miss it. And it's a free online dating guide. You just download it and it's easy. There's templates on how to write a profile that really works. It has the do's and don'ts, how to stay safe. Everything you need is in there. Like study it like it's a Bible and then follow it and then commit to spending 30 minutes every day going online and checking and reaching out, because what they've discovered is that the women who have the fastest, most success online aren't waiting for a partner to find them. They're reaching out. They're making the first move. So, if you live in this old school thing, no, he's got to find me, you may be waiting a long time, It's there for a reason. Everybody's online dating for the same reason. They want to find somebody. There's no reason to be worried or embarrassed or ashamed about it. You just want to get clear about what you want and then go for it.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. I hope everybody takes advantage of that free gift because I believe it will be life-changing. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us today. I could talk to you for hours and hours, but I want to respect your time. I know we're at our time limit. So just thank you so much for joining us, and definitely check out all of the free resources, the Soulmate Secret book. I encourage every single to do that. I truly believe it will change your life for the best. So make sure, audience, make sure you listen to the next interview. We have just a lineup of amazing speakers coming up. So I hope that we can pour into you and change your life and help you manifest your man. And we look forward to seeing you on the next interview. Thank you so much, Arielle, for
You're welcome.